I picked me up a piece of clear roofing here from Lowe's for $21. It was the cheapest thing I could find. The plexiglass would have been higher, or glass itself would have been higher. Also need a board that looks like this to tie this in. I've got a couple of pieces of steel back there in the back. It's sheets. I'm going to paint them black and put them on the inside. I'm going to take my solar panels over here, put a diode between the solar panel wire and the battery, and then on the solar panel side of the diode I'm going to run it to a fan. That way it will only run when the solar panel has sunlight. Now I got my frame up. It's approximately 55.5 inches by 24. This gives me a little bit of play, about a ½ inch on the sides and a few inches on top and bottom. Now we got our sidewalls on, and on the bottom I stuck a thicker board so it can hold some of the weight. And to block airflow between the top and the bottom, and from the back of the metal, I put a board in the center. And as you can see, I put it in an angle rather than trying to get an exact length. This one was like maybe 1/8 of an inch short, so I put it in an angle, basically jammed it in there to keep airflow from passing through the sides of the board. Now here's a piece of metal sitting in there, and you can see it looks like it's way too short, but by the time I raise it up so the air can pass through the bottom and some air through the top, it's going to be about the right length. And here we have it in place. You can see there's about an inch on top and bottom between the 2x4 and the sheet of metal. Next we'll paint it black and drill our hole. I tested the temperature. It had a slight shade on the bottom at the time from the trampoline. But the bottom temperature was 105, the top was 135. The temperature outside was 55, so that's still 50-degree rise on the bottom and 80-degree rise at the top. And the top had no shade, it was just full sun hitting it. Got all my boards up all the way around. Got my rippled board on the bottom. Let me zoom in so you can see that. Got one on the bottom, one on the top. I got weather stripping around the edges. That'll help hold it in place until I get the screws in. It's starting to fall by itself. And now we have our clear plastic on. Now for the plastic, you can put the screws through the foam. Just keep in mind that sometimes it will snag the foam and twist it, like it did right here for me, and twist it around. It's best if you can get it outside of the foam, like over here. Block the sun, as you can see. For here I put one in every spot all the way across, and same way with the bottom. For the inside I used a pipe. This is sold in the dryer vent section with your vent pipe, and I measured it all the way through. It was 7 inches, so I cut it for 8 inches, and I bent over the tabs here, and I'll put a screw or two in those to keep them from moving.